How we design and manufacture our chassis at Boxx, first of all, we've been doing this for 14, 15 years.
The first chassis we built for Tim that he had designed, no prints. He supplied us the models. We took his models straight into our shop, built the parts, and we had zero fit issues. The parts went together beautifully. Got a real good knowledge of sheet metal, what you're trying to achieve on your side, and how you give it to us it's always been very good, very high quality.
So we have in-house engineers. We use Solidworks. We work with outside suppliers like the engineering staff that makes liquid cooling and that develop the motherboards and all those components. And we work with the technology providers to define what the requirements of the different components, and then we sit down and our engineers actually design the whole enclosure. We don't hand that off to somebody outside to design our enclosures. We don't leverage an existing design with minor modifications or cosmetic modifications. We do everything in-house from that perspective.
Hello, I'm Steve Magnuson, Mechanical Design Engineer for Boxx. Not only is my Boxx workstation amazingly fast for Solidworks, it's incredibly quiet. We achieve this by using large fans running at low RPM so that we move a lot of air through the chassis. We then use this in conjunction with liquid cooling to use some of that air to cool the processors.
So we have full 3D models, full 2D CAD drawings that go along to our manufacturers, and they build to our specification, which means we control it. We know what we're going to get, and we go through a prototype process, which ultimately ends up in having the final product exactly as our requirements need.
It's one of the few products I say I can take without any type of paper documentation and put it in my shop and say, okay, I can build this and feel comfortable with it.
The current machine I'm standing in front of right now is a Trump L2510. It's a 2,000 watt CO2 laser. But I do a lot of the internal components, and I mean I'd probably say thousands of part numbers. On this current program, we get 152 parts on a sheet. I believe the order is for 600 pieces, so I will run 4 sheets of material.
We are a precision sheet metal manufacturing shop. Customers supply us what they want us to build, we build it for them. We went through a period of time where it became the trend to let's go overseas, we can get it done cheaper. And typically the quality was not the same. I know we had personal experience with a product we built the first builds of it here in the States. We built the prototypes, we built the first production runs. The company had no problems with it. They had some global guys come in, procurement guys, and said, we're moving this overseas. They moved it. Their first big run of production parts, the parts wouldn't go together because they had been given some latitude and tolerances that the manufacturer actually asked the customer, say, we need to have these tolerance latitudes, and they gave it to them, and then the parts wouldn't work. They don't have the same standards that American companies expect American manufacturers to hold.
It's built here, it's built in the United States. I'm in Texas, it's built in Texas.
If it wasn't for customers like Boxx, who were dedicated to having their products built in the States, we probably wouldn't be here now.